Hello,
Yes, Romeo.
good evening.
Good evening to you too.
So, how are you? How is the quarantine going on, and how are you holding up? Have you been ever since the last time we had a conversation? We talked. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing good. We're just here and there.
Okay,
Business now is a bit challenging, but
okay,
we're going with it. Like we're just going with the flow, and yeah, we're just thanking God for life.
okay. Before doing anything, first I would like to say thank you for accepting this late call, and I'm so happy because I got the time to get to know a little bit more about who you are and what kind of thing that you do, and my people, my fans will really like to know like how you build this your fortress. um, I'm also a big fan for your work. I mean,
Thank
in the way that you've been working, the way that you've been hustling all around. This is it is very encouraging, and very amazing seeing a certain type of youth, hustling
you.
hard in life. I'm
Yeah.
so fan of your work, so fan of all the business activity you do, especially when it comes to culture type of things and designing. Yeah, so thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you too as well for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, so before moving on, I I want you to introduce yourself because there might be people around there that one way or another they don't know actually who you are. So here's the floor. So who are you?
My name is Seven, and Seven Wube.
Okay,
Yes, that is my official name given to me by my parents, and it has a origin of Habesha. That means Habesha, meaning Ethiopian or Eritrean name. So
oh,
yes, yeah, and I am 22 years old.
okay,
I think that's enough for the start.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you are an Ethiopian.
Yes, I'm half Ethiopian, half Tanzanian.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. I'm a half Chinese and a half Tanzanian, but I'm black.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So you're saying you're 22.
Yes, I'm 22 years old.
Okay. Okay. Also, what is the difference between Fever and Fevushka? Because even it's also hard for me to differentiate who is Fever and who is Fevushka and who is Ruben.
Okay, so Seven is a girl who is in between an extrovert and introvert, who loves to learn new things and very loyal, curious, very critical, analytical, and observant in nature.
Okay.
And Fevushka is the AKA of Seven, whereby this name is mostly known in the entertainment works like
Okay.
dancing and
Okay.
commercial modeling, as well as other media works, which includes mass communicating. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're saying you've mentioned about commercial modeling, you've
Yeah.
mentioned about entertainment industry,
Mhm.
you've mentioned also about you doing some dancing. So
Mhm.
how can we categorize Feven, or how can we put Feven? So Feven or Fevushka, she's a dancer, or she's a commercial dancer, or she's a commercial model, or what kind of model? Who exactly, what kind of way that can you help us to categorize Feven?
I think Seven, you can say Seven, or AKA Fevushka, is a entrepreneur in entertainment business. I think
Okay.
that is the say, yes.
So you take risk.
Yes, I do
You're,
take risks a
you're
lot.
a risk taker.
Yes.
Okay. That's amazing.
Mm.
Okay. So in your career, the part that normally, let's say 90% or 80%, that's almost entire world came to know more about you is when it comes to dancing. So when you, I just want to know when was the time that you actually started to dig up your road to do with the dance career, or what came in your mind, or what motivated you, what inspired to begin your dance career? Because when part of dancing is something that a lot of, not only Tanzania but I believe in East Africa, also around Africa, or even outside the African continent, most of people came to know you or know you much when it comes to dancing. So when how did it all begin?
Okay, well, I started my dance career officially in 2018.
Okay.
So at first, I was just doing dance as a hobby. Since I was young, but of course, I had dreams to be one big dancer. And
Okay.
from my dreams, this is just the start, you know.
Okay.
So one day, when my videos started to go around and people started to see them on social media platforms,
Okay.
so I just got phone calls from different artists who wanted to work with me. Like Wozu was like one of the first artists to check me.
Okay.
So yeah, so I saw that was enough inspiration for me to start dancing as a career, since I saw it as a way to get income.
Okay.
So I saw that as a very great opportunity. Yes.
And how old were you at that time?
I was okay. This time I'm 22. So 22, like 21. I mean 20. Sorry.
20 years old.
Yeah, 20 years old.
Okay, but now you're 22.
Yeah.
So
Right now,
it took you just 2 years to make it everything that you are right now. I mean, I've seen your Instagram account. You have like 15 plus K followers. And the content, the engagement is massive. For a child with the, I cannot say a child, let's say a grown up now. For a big lady, an entrepreneur with just 22 years old, I can say it's a big achievement. In case you have it is self-made investment or self-made type of thing that you enable to do. So what was your first artist or celebrity that came in contact you when it came to your dance career?
Yes.
Okay, at 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so what confuses me is that when you are 20 and currently, okay, what you are saying is that you what do you say, like you left college, or you started to you pull yourself out from college and stopped studying, or what can you say? Because I believe with this type of career needs a lot of concentration, a lot of focus. So you are telling the people that were you studying at the time that you really began your dance career, or what happened? Oh, and currently, what are you doing? Are you still studying, or you college dropout, or what can you tell us about that?
Okay. Well, at that time I was still studying, and yes, I'm still studying. But I can say at first I was taking BBA.
Okay.
But for me, BBA did not work.
What is BBA?
So I just had, yes, BBA. That is Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I did not. That did not work for me, because even that was something that I did not even like.
Okay.
Yes, and right now, yes, I'm still studying. I'm taking Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication at the University of Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm still doing that.
Okay, so you are a scholar. You're taking classes.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
I am.
That's a good thing. Mixing mixing business or entrepreneurship skills with studying. That's amazing. I used to do that at the time when I was in college at the university, and it went
Yeah.
it was hard but a little bit tough. So
Mm.
how can a girl like you being able to make studies and dancing and doing other things, like you say you're an entrepreneur, not only focused on business, you're in commercial modeling, and we have seen that, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Um,
Mm.
how can a girl like you, I know there is a you can't be needed in classes at the same time. You have to go to work, or sometimes
Yeah.
there are exams that are coming ahead, and you have to concentrate, put your mind on the papers, on the notes, so as you can get your grades up. So how can a girl like you be able to divide? Okay, I'm going to work, and now I'm going to study, and I have to make sure that whenever I go to study, my grades be up.
Yeah, of course. It's not easy. It's not easy at all to manage school and business. The challenge mostly is resting time is always a challenge. But what I just do, my work, mostly I just work on free time. Like the free time when it's not a school schedule. So
Okay.
that's the time where I work. Yes. Or like during the night time, because mostly videos mostly like are during the night times, sometimes. So if it's indoors or is an outdoor, it just depends on the type of thing. So it's a challenge, especially like if it's like now, right now is the time to shoot your video, and tomorrow early in the morning, like
Okay.
around 7, you have classes. That's a big challenge because the resting time is not enough. But I do manage to keep it to play around with time.
Okay.
So I manage my time very well so that I can also do the work. But if it does not happen, like I'm just so tight with school, like during exams and everything, I just pause the work,
Okay.
and I just pause it, and I just continue with my exams if they're very tight for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, a few minutes back, you said something like you have already worked with Wozu, and
Although I haven't worked with him, but he's one of the few artists who checked me first.
okay. So
Yeah.
um, from the standpoint of view, I've seen your content, I've seen your videos all around, I've seen how you do your job or your activities, and I can say you have enabled or you have succeeded to work with lots of celebrities in Africa, West Africa, specifically Tanzania. And how many celebrities, or you can mention to the people so that they can hear what big celebrities or how many celebrities have you already worked with?
Okay, I've worked with so many artists over like 20 here in Tanzania, over
Okay.
10. Yes,
Okay.
also with others outside Tanzania. So like some of the big artists I've worked with, like Diamond, Platinum, Harmonize, Vanessa Mdee, and there are other works that I cannot mention because they are not yet published.
Okay.
But some artists from Nigeria,
Okay.
and other artists from South Africa.
I hope
So
it's
yeah,
Wizkid when you say Nigeria. I'm a fan
hoping
of
so.
Wizkid, so I hope you gonna be on Wizkid video too.
Yeah, hope.
Okay, so apart from that, I believe you have worked with Zari or with Diamond, Tanasha.
Zari too, Tanasha. Zari, it was a commercial advert,
Yeah,
commercial work. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so working with all these artists and celebrities that you came along with, what 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 really what's really unique from them? What did you gain from them? Or there's anything that you did gain or learn, or there's something that maybe after the work or after the activity or after the business that you did with these celebrities or artists that you work with in one way or another? Did it add value in your career, and how did it push you, or nothing happened after that?
Mm. Well, yes, I'm learning a lot, and I'm learning a lot from this artist, a lot. And what I'm learning is that talent is not enough. It
Okay.
needs hard work and sacrifice to reach your dreams, because these artists are working so hard to reach their dreams and their goals. So if they are doing that, why shouldn't you do that? So I'm learning a lot, and even if it's late night, they might shoot like 2 days straight. So like the other day, like let's say like yesterday, the shoot like ended up very late, and today they have to finish up another shoot. But they don't give up. Like they don't say like or complain like this is tiring, or this is so stuff like that. They don't complain, but they just work hard. So I think working hard is very essential in pulling up someone from the bottom to the top.
Okay. So
Hmm.
with all these celebrities, who did you enjoy mostly working with?
Well, they all played their part in when I was working with them. I did
Okay.
not see anyone that was challenging.
Okay.
Um, though everyone has the challenge, and that is normal for every human being.
Okay.
But I think they all played very well, and yeah, I think they all played their part, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, when it comes to say like I'm a artist or I'm a commercial model, you know,
Mm.
um, when I get a call from Diamond or so say Whiskey or anybody else, I feel I might get a little bit shocked because those are the big names in the industry. But what uh, what I want to ask is, how do these big celebrities contact you? Like how do they get you? How do they make you come along and do business with them or do activities together? What kind of process do they tend to do, or do they tend to approach you?
Okay. Most of these artists, they approach me like through the social network
Okay.
or through my phone number. But this work does not come only from the artist approach only. It comes from the directors or your fellow dancers. So any of those parties can check on me and through the social media or through my phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I, I, um, I want to ask more about the work that you did with Tanasha and Diamond. So, how did they approach you? Was it like either a dancer or their manager? Did they contact you?
Okay, that one was a fellow dancer who checked on me and
Okay.
yeah, and just asked me to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by
Mm.
when it comes to contacting or approaching you, so what is the protocol of the way of how people can proceed? Let's say I am a person that needs of your service. I want your service. I want you to either to perform on a certain show, activity, or doing some entertainment. I want you for commercial modeling. How can I reach you or talk with you and sit down and sign? Either is it a contract? What way of procedure? Do you have a manager, or do you run yourself, or do you have this group of people that whenever the offer comes in, you all discuss? So how can you just? I want you to tell the people that will hear this, anybody out there that it can be a businessman or another entrepreneur that wants or needs to use your service but doesn't know ways to reach you and get your service.
Well, as an entrepreneur in the entertainment industry,
Okay.
everyone has their own policies, and I have my own policies as well. But these days, being direct with your message is very good, and this is what I emphasize a lot also in my social media pages, that being direct, going straight to the point is very nice. So here is a person who wants to work with you. What they do, they should go to your, like, the DM or email and write what they really need from you.
Okay.
First comes the introduction, later comes the aim of the message. That's how it's supposed to be, and that is very easy. Not only for me, I think for also other business people around. So with this person, first we contact, we get to know each other a little bit. Then I just know what he wants, how, maybe if I am just the only dancer that is going to perform, or does he need other dancers as well. So then after that, I just give out my budget. After giving out my budget, then we talk from there. If we're okay, then I can give out my number or stuff like that. If that is from the social media.
Okay.
But also from the phone number, then from there we start working if we're all okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Then so on our conversation, we kept talking about the commercial thing, commercial modeling type of activity or type of category that you do, and on my side, I also, I can say that you're really good when it comes to photography. I've seen a lot of photography, the way you pose, the way you dressed up, the design that you put on, the effects, the glowing, the way you smile. This is a lot. There is a lot of content that you take that's a very, very, very classic when it comes on photography. So anything that you can say when it comes to commercial modeling, okay, like you want it to take it beyond even dancing, or this is something that you want to work with for the next years, that you want to go beyond, like reaching to the way that other, let's say, other public figures, especially from different big nations, that have reached so far to the point that being in the magazine, telling their story. What do you have to say on your commercial modeling? Like, is it now you're building its foundation to the future? You want it to proceed even going beyond than dancing career, because you're really doing a lot of great design?
Yeah. Well, actually, for the commercial modeling, that is something that I really love, and I used to love, like, being on billboards and being on different TV adverts, or just having a photo shoot of a website, adverts, something like that. I really used to love that since I was young. So if I was tall, because I'm not sure, I'm not tall. If I was tall, I would have been a model. I would have go for modeling and runway and everything like that. But for now, because of my height and everything, so what I concentrate on is commercial modeling. That is, you can go for the pictures, photo shoots, or you can be in an advert, depending on the way you are and everything. So I really think, for me, I enjoy it a lot, and I'm working on it. It is a career as well, because I'm working on different adverts and commercial stuff, like you have seen with Zari, the soft care pads. Yes, with Vodacom as well, with Max Trail website, and a lot more. I have done also other adverts for some sandals and everything concerning stuff like that. So it is a career, and I would love it to grow even much more bigger. Yeah, from here. Yeah.
Having in your conversation, when you start commenting about it, you mentioned something like Vodacom, and one of the content that I once saw on the social media, especially on YouTube, is the commercial video that you did with Vodacom. I think it was way a little bit back. It's not a new project. It was a little bit back project and back on the days. And was it? Did it help you to did it add value in your career? Like, put you on the map
Yes.
after doing it?
Yes, it did add a lot of value on my career, and it has made people recognize me not only as a dancer but also as a commercial model. So yeah, and also it has made people realize that I can also act. So you never know what holds this, what the future holds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
multi-purpose
yeah,
Fevushka.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So having with all this work, saying commercial modeling, you've worked with other big celebrities. So what when did you get your biggest check or biggest payment, and or how much was it? How much was your biggest pay? Your big payday? When was it? How much was it? And what was the feeling after getting that? When whenever anybody, especially you as a young entrepreneur, you reach a certain type of achievement or certain goal that you actually expected by hustling hard, then getting this kind of reward, it's really amazing. So I want to explain the feeling, the excitement. How was it? How did it all happen? And how much was it? How much did you get paid on your big check day?
Well, actually, okay, that is a very confidential question, but I'm going to answer it in a different way.
Okay.
Well, I do get my money from different works, and what I usually do to earn my big check is by targeting like a month. Like I want to make like let's say like 1 million. I want to make 1 million within this month. So I will grab every opportunity that comes my way,
Okay.
and then I will just target my saving or my targeted income of the month.
Okay.
So that's how it works, and that's how I get my big income during the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to tell us where, when did it happen, and you don't want to say us how much was it?
Well, actually, well, let me tell you this. At the first time I started making my money
Okay.
through different works I made, I targeted making one. I just challenged myself to make 1 million within a month.
Okay.
Yes, and that I did it, and that was like 2 years, no, 1 year ago.
Okay.
Yes, and that's when I realized so I can really make good money if I'm very disciplined with my money, by saving it, and minimizing different costs that are not necessary. So yes, let's say like 1 million was the first target that I made within a
Okay.
month. Yes,
Okay. Congratulations. The
thank you.
next time you make a million, don't forget to call me and give me at least even 100,000 for like I'm a big fan. I'm supporting likes. I'm spending my credit all around. If you
Don't
just give
worry.
me 10% of your payday, and I'll be able to make noise. It's not so bad, huh?
Okay, okay, no problem.
Okay.
What
So
about?
Fevushka, I know when it comes to entertainment, we have seen, let's say, many celebrities, not only in Africa, but I believe worldwide. It's a big, challenging industry, very competitive.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people that they wish to be on this entertainment industry, but one way or another, there are a lot of obstacles and challenging things that happen along the road to success. So, on the road to success for you as a young entrepreneur and an artist, I believe you have faced a lot of challenges when it comes to work, because especially youth, some of the youth, they face something called sex bribe, or sometimes capital, or sometimes can be any other environmental factor that's always become an obstacle towards reaching their road to success. when it comes to entertainment industry. There is a lot of things that disappoint people along the way. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what
Mm.
what challenges do you face when you are doing a business, or when you are giving somebody your service, or whatever you're doing activity, whether it's commercial modeling or whenever it's dancing or designing? What are the big challenges that you face along the way?
Okay, for me, during the working time, at first, the challenge was sticking the choreography in my head and as quickly as I can.
Okay.
But now I'm over it, so I don't have a problem with that. The other thing is just the resting time might not be enough, like how I told you, you might find like school is tomorrow and your shooting is like at this time of the night.
Yeah.
So that is a challenge. The resting time is a challenge for many of the artists, I can say,
Yeah.
especially for us dancers or even directors. Yeah, it's a very big challenge. But it's okay. So you just have to manage your time and find some time for you to rest and, take it easy.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna ask you this. At some point, I believe in either of different kind of activity you did,
Yeah.
or anything that you once did entertainment. I believe in some point you were forced to do some things that go beyond to your principles, or go beyond to the moral values of or policies within your country that you're now in Tanzania. I believe at some point your work made you, like either to do things that are going a little bit opposite with the core values of your community. And I'm gonna comment that whenever you work or put any design of kind of, sometimes you are forced to wear clothes that you are almost half naked. I believe that's a little bit challenging, and at
Mm.
some point, on the eyes of the community or the public, will they'll start to give out a lot of negative comments. They're also called now like cyber bullies, people bullying you either in case you're half naked, but you know that you have to work like that so as to get this type of content, because whenever you do the oppositely, there is no realistic of the content that is being taken. So I believe you came with that challenge, and how did you deal with it from the disappointment of the people? You're forced to do activities that are negative in the core values of your community.
Yes, it is so challenging, but for me, it's just okay to do. I do believe like everyone has their values, and no one is forced to do something that is against their values.
Okay.
But as an artist, it means like you display what is happening in the society. Like you are a mirror for the society,
Okay.
in a certain act or certain act. And on the wearing style, just depends on the theme of the song,
Okay.
So the styling will go, or let's say the stylist will go according to what the theme wants.
Okay.
So I just think people should just understand and quit judging. But anyways, that can happen. That can't happen at all, because it is in the nature of the human being to judge.
Okay.
So yeah, what I just think is just, as an artist, you just have to go with that. But like, for example, here in Tanzania, BASATA has its regulations with this. So I think as an artist, you should just follow the regulations.
Okay.
Yes, just not to make the society or your authority feel uncomfortable with working with you, or with seeing you, or with cooperating with you. So I just think like the rules should be followed, like here in Tanzania. But the theme of the songs and of the styling as well should just go together, because artists display what the society is doing.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So like Feven, Feven or Fevushka married to someone?
No,
That's the
no,
big question, $1 million question. Is Feven married to
no,
anybody?
no. I'm not married to anybody.
Even an Arabic rich person? Not yet.
No, 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 no.
You are anti-love person, right? You're against
No,
love.
I am lovable a lot, and I do have emotions.
So you know why I've asked that? Because
Yeah.
well, I think there is a problem. Let's say not. I've seen a few in Western, but in Africa, especially East Africa, I think there is something. There is a big problem whenever an artist engage him or herself in love relationship. It seems a big problem because most of them it is like a disease, like a parasite. Like today, a person might get married, but for the next, it doesn't finish 1 year or 2 years, and then the relationship just breaks down. And we have seen that a lot of artists and big celebrities in East Africa. I don't want to mention the name, but I believe there is a big problem when it comes in love and doing entertainment activities, whereby it is very hard for spouses to understand. So, on your side, do you believe that is it true that love is the weak factor whenever it comes to doing entertainment? Because whenever a person makes it, you can see either they tend to break up after some few months or whenever after a year, and that's affecting either the music business or entertainment business or any type of business, and which is going really really bad. So, or also the fact that you're not in any relationship or not married, is it that you're afraid to be in love, or you're afraid, or just now you want to concentrate, but the fear is that you cannot accept love at this moment because it is the weak factor whenever it comes to do business or to do entertainment activity?
Okay. Well, relationships can be hard for artists, I think, because people have negative perspective on artists, that they are not like trustworthy, or they're so busy that they won't give them their time. Sometimes for this artist, I think like loneliness can make them jump from one person to another, I think.
Okay.
But everyone has their own story. And when they tend to get like a person that they feel like this is the person to build a family with, they keep them private to prevent them from getting into messy paparazzi stories and all of that.
Okay.
But for me, right time, it's my time to concentrate on actually building myself.
Okay.
I really and of course, for me also, busyness is one of the factors that has made me also to be this way, because I feel like I want to give the person my time. I will just like the time that I will give my person, I would want to rest. So with this, to avoid all of this hurting another person's feelings, so I decided to be like this, like the way I am, single but not available.
That's crazy. So, what are the tips, just in case in the future you want to be in a relationship? What are the tips for this special man? What do you want him to be, or what do you wish? I know there is a lot of million or 100,000 people there. They really wish, or they can wish to be in a relationship with you, but they just don't know how. So you can give them a little bit of tip, just even three, what they should have, or character that they should have before facing you.
Okay, now there is a rule. There is a
Is
rule.
it money? They should have a lot of money.
No, listen. Well, there is a rule. For a person to know you, you shouldn't tell them everything.
Okay.
You shouldn't tell them everything. For a person to target you, let them be the lion and you be the hunt.
Wow.
So they will hunt you in a way, So you don't have to display everything that you have. You don't have to display like who are Okay, I was almost using Swahili, but okay. So
Just
like
use,
this
just
is the
use,
place.
use if
Okay,
you want to mean it.
okay, like this is the place that I hide, or this is the place that I go to graze, or something like that. So like you don't have to give signs to the lion like that. No way. So you have to leave the lion to find out for themselves. So for me,
Okay.
they have to find out for themselves. But for an artist and any artist, I think someone should really be understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
I think the lions are starting to fetch, going out there and roaring.
Yeah.
They already, I can hear the voices of the lions are now roaring, finding for their food. They wanna eat, they wanna feed, they wanna
Yeah.
mate.
Yes. But
Okay.
well, I will reject them for now, not now.
So you cannot put them in, like a little bit in the spare case or spare cage until the time
Maybe,
you're ready.
maybe we will see.
So one of the other thing or character that Fevushka have, or that we have seen on the social media, is the content that you put. Sometimes it is type of character shows you are this type of lady from Arusha region in Tanzania, whereby the type of swag, the dressing code, this finest stylish dressing.
Yeah.
What I wanna ask is that. Okay, are you originated, or like some part of you is from Arusha, or you just grew up there? And who is your stylist or a person who design? Is he there or she's there, like a designer for you whenever come to dresses with this crazy style of Arusha type
Mm.
of swag?
Yeah. Well, actually, yes, I am from Arusha, born and raised there.
Uh-huh.
And yes, for some photo shoots, there are stylists who dress me, but the rest is just what I feel like wearing. I feel like if I feel like wearing like a baggy jeans with a big T-shirt with sneakers, then that's it for the day. I think also wearing what you feel like is a sign of confidence. Like when you look at the Maasais in the
Okay.
middle of a busy city, like everyone is just wearing the modern style while they're just sticking to their old ways of dressing. That is confidence, and that is so powerful. But of course, since I'm traditional, values should they should be observed very much. That is I don't have to wear something that will make people uncomfortable, So
Okay.
yeah, I just stick to the traditional ways, like values and all that. Yeah. So yes, I just wear what I feel like wearing.
So there is no a designer, there is no a stylist for
No,
you
no, no,
specifically.
no, no. Except like for photo shoots, there are some stylists and everything, but for just my usual days, no, there is no any designer.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
well then. That's understandable. So
Mm.
the other thing that we would love to know from Fevushka is that where with all this talk, you are your struggle throughout being successful. I know at this point maybe I can say I don't know, but on your scale you might say you're 50% reaching to your goals or to your future target. So on the road to success for Fevushka, what do you see yourself for the next 5 or 10 years, or what are the fans or your fans to expect to see for the next 5 or 10 years? Like, what are your aims? What do you plan to reach? That's what I believe also your fans wish to know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my future target is to be an inspiration to the whole community or society. That they should never be afraid. They should be confident, creative, independent, fierce, and just go for their dreams. So, in the next coming years, I would love to be an inspiration in anything that I will do. It should be
Okay.
an inspiration to the whole community, society, at large.
Okay.
Mm.
So but you haven't mentioned, okay, which for the next 5 years you're gonna be
Yes.
sticking to dancing, or you're gonna be a commercial only, or you're gonna open a school of dancing, or you're
I
gonna
have,
open.
yeah. Well, for me, I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of plans, and I really have a lot of plans. But some, for me, I don't like usually saying what I will do. But I can say, like, in the dance industry, I will be there. In the commercial industry, I will be there. In the media, mass media, like, radio, TV, and all that, I will be there too. And business as well. Like, you never know, I might create something of my own and sell it to the people. Something that I like. Yeah, business.
Okay. The other question that I want to ask is that what I want to ask is that you're saying you're 22 years old, and you're still studying, and at the same time you've been able to do all these kind of entrepreneurship activities, and you're able to take risks. What can you advise the youth out there who are, I know there
Mm,
are youth out there who are, they have talents, but
mm,
their limit or their limitation, it is
mm,
either studying or to mix studying and working, or sometimes parents. But they
yeah,
have the talents, but you can say, okay, you have a talent, why you shouldn't go for it? Oh, at the moment I'm studying, I can't mix this. I want to wait until I finish studies, and so as I can start. What can you advise those kind of youth
mm,
who are out there, and they have everything
mm,
that they can have to start,
yeah,
hustling around, starting to build their future, start to fight for their road to success, but the only limitation is the fear to mix work and study, and sometimes even parents' limitation.
yeah. Okay, well, what I can advise them is that they just have to find ways to manage their time. And social media is a very essential tool these days for starting up something, or to get known, or just to make people learn something or explore you in a way. So, like, having a very great content, or stuff like that, and doing something at your best. That also, just me, what I believe is that even if it will take many years, but doing something at your best will be good, and people will just recognize it, even if they don't like it on social media, but people see, and people just watch you.
Yeah.
So, because what I think is that one's future is how you start it now, at the present. So they'll just have to go for it. And life is so short for someone to just wait until they're free from home or something. Use that social media, use something, nowadays it's so easy to get to know people from different
Sure.
worlds.
Sure.
Yeah, from different parts of the world. So it's really easy because of social media. That day, long time ago, social media was so hard, and few people had access to it. But these days,
Sure.
like, everyone has access to it, so they should use that, and they should do something that they have at their best level, and they should not be afraid to display it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The last question that I want to ask you is that I'm gonna let you throw to me any question, anything that you want to know that you believe it can add anything of value from your end. Just ask me right now.
Okay. So Romeo Banks, I also know him as a marketing manager.
Okay.
So as a marketing manager, like, you have to be very creative, very, a person who comes up with different inventions and all that. So where do you learn this? Did you learn it from a course? Did you take a course on marketing, or is it that you learn from the books and the internet? Where, or is it just your mind having a talent of creating stuff and inventing stuff? What is it? How does this happen?
Okay, that is a very, very, very big question, and it needs an entire full interview on myself because it is a very long story. But I'll try to keep it short. And I'm having a bachelor in a degree in economics, whereby I
Oh,
studied at Aldi University. I graduated as an economist. And about marketing, I learned it on the way from Form 5 until up to date. Up to date, I've came to learn it through reading journals, studying from the internet, reading books, failing in different marketing activities and learning through them. So it is. I'm a professional in marketing by just by also studying from different
yeah.
journals and engaging myself with other marketing companies or people that they were in need of marketing. So by making mistakes and expertise, so I was able to know marketing in that way. About
Mm.
creativity, um, I spend a lot of time, passing through a lot of different adverts, like how big industry does. I spend a lot of time learning how Nike doing advertisement and promotion. I spend a lot of time checking Adidas. Most of the time I'm checking Diamond, WCB, the content, Harmonize content, Henneken content, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, how those guys do creativity. So from all that, I tend to learn one or two things, and in the future, I'm able to applying them with one of the things that I've learned from the advertisement or promotion or the story that they created. So every day before I go to sleep or before I do anything, I have to pass to learn how did they create certain type of story or video promotion or advertisement, because marketing evolves, marketing changes. Marketing is like a revolution. Marketing that has been done in 2020 cannot be done in 2040. So that's it.
Mm.
But the full story, it's gonna need
Mm.
another interview,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
now you're gonna book me, and with that, your $1 million payment, you have to give me 100,000.
Sure, no problem at all.
Okay, much love, appreciated for all the talk, everything, your support, because you're supporting me, and this is the road to success for Fevushka. I believe fans that's gonna hear this, they're gonna be proud of you. They're gonna know a little bit, at least 60% who Fevushka is, and yeah, I'm very happy to tell your story to the people to know it.
Cool. Thank you so much also for this opportunity to talk to you and to talk to the mass as well, because they will be listening to this. So thank you so much.
Okay, until next time, enjoy your quarantine time. Don't
You
die,
too.
be safe, stay alive.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.